All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go live to Monza. As we watch the first two radicals coming off pit road, get to see them turn some really crazy laps around here. This track is just, it's tough in any car. These high downforce cars should help out quite a bit, but as you see, this track is just patchwork. That's really what it amounts to. As you see, Gerald Thanos Poole coming down the front straightaway, or the back straightaway, excuse me. Here comes Thanos. And you see they have several degrees of banking. In fact, the track goes from 30 to 38 in the turns. 0 to 4 degree banking on the straightaway, and the back straightaway is extremely bumpy. This front straightaway is smooth, but the inside right there into turn one, just below that yellow line, is actually a jump. Now, these high downforce cars should be able to take it okay, but I promise you, if you try and take it in a NASCAR Cup car, an ARCA car, or anything like that, that jump is going to be difficult. And right now, it looks like Brian Mansfield is going to be available. Let's see if we can talk to him right quick. Hey, Brian, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, buddy. So, you know, a lot of times in a lot of series you talk about Daytona and Talladega being the tracks that will really throw off the points. And you're currently sitting, I just looked at it, you're sitting third in points, tied with Superman. What do you think of this Monza Oval here tonight?
I tell you what, Doug, I just ran it for the first time in practice, and it's going to be a unique race. I had a rough race last week, went in leading the points, came out third, but first time here at Monza, so excited about it, but also it's going to be a unique race.
Unique is one way of putting it. Now, have you discovered the entry into turn one just below the yellow line there?
Yeah, I was just talking to Chris in chat before you got on, and I pretty much got it figured out. Just got to figure out that qualifying line, because in these cars, qualifying's everything. You got to start up front and stay up front. But I tell you, during the practice race, the outside worked pretty good up around the guardrail.
Yeah, that outside does seem to be the fastest, and you carry the momentum, but one slip and you're in that outside rail, and that could become a real problem.
Yeah, you definitely got to trust that guy in the middle lane. You know, he's kind of he's in a rough spot. If he bobbles left, he's going to push the guy on the inside down to the grass. If he goes right, whoever's on the outside is going to go over the guardrail.
Now, here's a question for you. This track is wide enough to do it, but there's two different degrees of banking on the turns, so you guys are known for 3 wide, 3 deep racing all the way around the track, even last week at Pocono. Do you expect to see 3 wide, 3 deep racing here tonight?
Oh yeah, most definitely you're going to see 3 wide racing. It's going to be exciting for everybody watching. We were running 3 wide in the practice race. You can get down on the bottom below the line and run a groove there, the middleman, and then the top line. Like I said, you got to trust that middleman, because if he goes left or right, somebody's going to get wrecked.
All right, man. Get some more practice in. Good luck to you. Hopefully we'll be talking to you after the race tonight. Hopefully you can reclaim some points before it's over. Can't let Thanos win a championship.
Yeah, we can't let him get away with it. Appreciate all you do, Doug, and hope to see you in victory lane.
All right, buddy. All right, that was Brian Mansfield. He went into last week as the points leader and currently back in third place. He lost quite a few points last week, but he is back out here tonight. And as you heard him say, they did have 3 wide, 3 deep racing throughout the entire race last week, and I would expect nothing less here tonight. Let's see if we can reach out to Jim Belair. Hey, Jim, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. So, talked to Brian a minute ago. He said that expect the usual from you guys: 3 wide, 3 deep racing. How's that feel to you?
Oh yeah, it's going to be 3 wide for the majority of the race. We just did the practice race, and it was pretty much 3 wide with somebody below the yellow line, and I was running up with the leaders and had Doug Thomas up on the top. So it was a wild race for that practice race. It's going to be even worse, or not worse, but even more fun for this one.
That back straightaway is extremely bumpy, and it's a patchwork of different stuff. And every time you transition, it's rough to say the least in any kind of car. But how is it in these high downforce cars that are really stiff suspension?
It's not that bad. Actually, I've driven the NASCARs out here, and I actually won an open race in an Indy car. Those seem to be more bumpy than this is. These are fine as long as you maintain a line. They don't really move around side to side that much from what I was feeling.
Now, we've not seen a big issue with tire wear, but this track is definitely one that will wear out the tires. I know when you're running in a Cup car or an ARCA car, or, oh my God, Chris's car, is tire wear going to be an issue tonight because this track is so much different?
I think it could. I think we're going to see enough yellows. I think we're probably going to see 2 or 3 yellows at a minimum here, so people are going to have time to get tires if they want them. I think it could definitely have an effect towards the end of the race if somebody's on fresher tires.
And at Chris's new paint job, is that going to blind you guys? Is that going to be a problem?
To be honest with you, I haven't even seen it yet. I just had to rebuild my computer, so I've been making sure everything is good to go. So I'm still waiting to see that new paint job.
Well, you definitely want to take a look at it and adjust to it before this thing goes green, because it's one of those that kind of hurts your eyes to look at too much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right, man. Best of luck tonight, and hope to. You're not in the top 5 in points quite yet, but you definitely close. You think you're going to get there tonight?
I'm going to try. We'll see. I went from second to last in that practice race with green-white checker to go. So if I can manage to stay out of trouble like that and start up front like I did in that last race, I think I've got a shot. But we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll be talking to you in Winter Circle.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
All right, that was Jim Belair. He drives the B-Make Designs Radical SR8, one of the sponsors for the league. Also, Motorwear International. Excuse me. Definitely want to check those guys out as well if you need any motorcycle gear. And Chris Standridge is driving that car that is blinding. He said he definitely said to check out his suit. So let's take a look at that. Now, looks about the same as usual with his smiley face helmet on. And to give you an idea what we're talking about, let's hop into Chris's car for a moment. This is what this track is like. It is patchwork. It has not actually been maintained since, I believe it's the 60s, because it was such a high level of danger at this track because they are running so fast. It is 2.64 miles. These bankings go from 30 degrees to 38 degrees. But that 30 degrees is down there on that yellow line to the left. Below that line is a lot flatter. As you see them coming off the turn, these cars can maintain that speed down on that bottom below the yellow line, but a lot of cars can't. And as you come into turn 1 down below the yellow line, there is a bit of a bump. It'll send cars like a Cup car and ARCA car up into the air. These high downforce cars like the Radicals will be able to maintain pace, but and not lose a lot of it, but they're going to get a little unstable out there, and that is going to cause some excitement. We did hear in the pre-race interviews a lot of guys talking about how expecting a few cautions from this, but they did say they're expecting the usual 3 wide, 3 deep all the way around the track tonight. And we got to look at a different car. That one's starting to hurt my eyes. There is Jim Wild Thing Bel Air. And I'm not singing for that one either. So definitely, while we were waiting, just a couple minutes left in practice, then they'll knock out their qualifying runs. While you have a minute, go to the Facebook page, the Twitch site, YouTube, and like, share, subscribe. Let's get the group out there. And while we're waiting, also remind you that Sunday nights we have BRR at 7:30 Eastern. That is Cup Cars. This Sunday is at Rockingham. Monday we have the Outcast Dirt Boys starting at 8:30 Eastern with the 305s. Followed by the Outcast 358s at 10 Eastern. They go to the same track. A lot of the same guys run in both series. Tuesday nights we have XCal. The XCal Racing League at 7:30 Eastern. Got to do the first broadcast for them last night. Extremely exciting stuff and great racing. A lot of fun working with those guys. Looking forward to many more. Wednesday nights, as tonight, 7:30 Eastern, we have the Northeast Racers. And Wednesday nights, we have the Outcast SR8s, which we are about to watch here and now. This track is 2.641 miles. But the length actually varies depending upon where you look it up, anywhere from 2.641 to 2.8 miles. So somewhere in between 2.6 and 2.8 miles long, with the 30 to 38 degree banking, 0 to 4 degrees on the straightaways, and it is extremely bumpy and rough. So this will make for some interesting racing here tonight. And while they finish up practice, we're going to catch our breath and let you guys watch them practice and start qualifying. And why not? We will watch qualifying for the 25 car of Gerald Thanos Poole. All right, watching Thanos qualify here. This is, because of the way this track runs, it takes a little bit longer to get around it, and these cars do take a little bit to spin up to full speed. You see him running that apron kind of line down there on the bottom. We'll see if he runs that off into turn one as the qualifying results are starting to come in for the first lap. It looks like Superman Norman Chan, faster than a speeding bullet, is currently sitting on the pole. We'll see if that changes. And it does not look like that bump into turn 1 unsettled the SR8 very much. Rather impressive. It does unsettle some bigger cars with less downforce. So we will wait and see how things go here tonight. I know once they get into the race, things will change, but you can see the SR8 can run that bottom line all the way around the track. We see that at just about every track. We even saw at tracks like Indy or Daytona or Talladega, they can run those left sides on a different degree of banking than the right sides without any problems. That's due to the high downforce of these cars. We talk about it every week. That they've said that the car generates enough downforce at full speed to drive upside down with a driver and a full load of fuel. However, nobody's been willing to test that apparently. However, if they get something set up and they need somebody to test it, give me a shout. I would be happy to. Regardless of what happens, I always said I wanted to die in an anecdote. That would be it. And it would definitely be fun driving a Radical at full chat upside down. There is Jim Wild Thing Belair finishing up his qualifying run as well. Looks like Thanos might have taken the pole tonight. Looks like Edward Belair in the 007 is setting second currently. Most of them looks like most of them have qualified. As we mentioned earlier on, the points got shook up just a little bit last week after Brian Mansfield had some trouble at Pocono. So this week, Gerald Thanos Poole is currently sitting first in points. However, he is just 1 point ahead of Chris Two-Hole Standridge. Brian Mansfield is back 7 points out of the lead, tied with Superman Norman Chan. And Michael Reynolds, the league owner of the Michael Reynolds SR8 series, is back in 5th place. Interesting note about Michael. He generally does not qualify for these races. He just sits back there, starts in the back, and works his way quietly to the front. Don't talk about him a lot, don't see him a lot until suddenly at the end of the race, there he is. But then he has to go and pull this and qualify tonight. Here comes Michael down the back straightaway. And you did hear that tire management might be an issue tonight. Don't generally see tires being an issue in these cars. Usually it's fuel, and usually it's Thanos that has the fuel problems. However, he looks to have overcome that in the last few weeks, so we will see what happens here tonight. But Michael Reynolds is actually qualifying tonight. That comes as a bit of a shock. And the question was asked in the chat, are the races usually this crazy? If you're talking about the Northeast racers, yes. Are you talking about the SR8s? Yes. I can say yes to both. The SR8s are insane, and sometimes the Northeast racers are just side by side all the way around. They've had a couple of races that were just green flags start to finish, and they've had a couple of races filled with cautions. It's hard to predict. They are racing on short tracks. Same with these Outcast SR8s. They are racing on the big tracks in these very fast, high downforce cars. So it is just 1 week to the other. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a box of chocolates. Production crew shook their head at me for that one. Still shaking her head at me for that one. I do believe she is disappointed. All right, just over 2 minutes left to qualifying. Give us a minute to take a quick breath. This is going to be one heck of an exciting race. We're going to be using the replay screens a lot. Looks like Gerald Poole does manage to hold on to it, but shocker of the night, shocker recently really, Michael Reynolds qualifies second, Edward Belair qualifies third, Jim Wild Thing Belair qualifies fourth, Superman Norman Chan fifth, James Johnson back in sixth, Chris Two-Hole Standridge seventh, Christopher Rawlings is eighth, Mark Belair, yes, there are a lot of Belairs in the race, comes home ninth. Brian Mansfield qualified 10th, and we talked to him before the race. He said he came from last to second in the practice race, so look for good things from him tonight. And Doug Tyre Thomas is 11th. All right. We are about ready to go. Let's see if they advance the session. Everybody looks like all but one have qualified, so we'll have to wait and see if they advance the session or not. Now these SR8s, they are easy to drive on some tracks, but on other tracks they can be a complete handful to drive. They are a great car for beginners. They're also a great car for an advanced group, and that advanced group is these guys right here. They are some of the best out there. If you want to see some of the best driving, especially draft driving, these guys, if you see any of these guys in a draft pack, just fall in line behind them. Doesn't matter what car, because they're used to drafting 2 inches off the rear bumper of the car in front of them and working the draft really well, getting through the traffic and getting to the front. Now, I will say we've seen these guys push these cars to the limits, get as wide as the track will let them. We have heard them already say they will be going 3 wide, 3 deep, all the way around the track. I would not be the least bit surprised late in the race to see 4 wide all the way around the track. I don't think 4 wide around this track, especially in the turns, will end well, but it will put on a heck of a show. These guys do have a couple of fast repairs. They're probably going to need them tonight. Unlimited tires, unlimited fuel, and everybody will probably pit at least once to not have to worry about the fuel issue. Qualifying is over. Let's go racing at the Monza Oval. All right, here they are lining up behind the pace car, getting ready for this 20-lap main event here tonight. There you see Gerald Thanos Poole on the outside and league owner and admin Michael Reynolds to the outside. Kind of a shocker. Also shocking to see Michael Whiting in the 44 not qualifying. He is starting back in 12th. Edward Belair and Jim Wild Thing Belair starts 4th, and Edward Belair starts 3rd. I have to do that. He's the 007 car. In 5th place is Norman Chan. 6th place is James Johnson. 7th is Chris Standridge. 8th place is Christopher Rawlings. 9th place is Mark Belair. 10th is Brian Mansfield. Doug Thomas is in 11th. And Michael Whiting starts in the back in 12th. There is Michael, and I am really surprised to see Michael not qualified here tonight. Apparently he learned a little something in the practice race. These guys do run a shorter practice race, acting as the practice for the main event before this. So that does give them the advantage of getting used to running around each other in the pack from the start. And then this becomes the points paying race. As you see that inside line down on the apron line, and they will be running down there tonight. Pace car coming off too. This is a longer pace lap. They are running about 1 minute, 2 second laps at full chat. down that bumpy patch together back straightaway. Pace car will drop off, and Gerald Thanos Poole in the 25 car will lead them down. There's Thanos. He has his Infinity Stones on the front. Looks like he's got multiple sets of them. That could be problematic, but Superman's back there. Superman Norman Chan, the third car back on the inside line. Alrighty, get ready. Pace car comes in. Notice those things to the left, the little yellow arrows, those are foam. Do expect them to get bumped out of the way at some point. Green flag is in the air. Thanos gets a good jump down into turn 1. Has to get over the bump, not up to full speed. Doesn't completely unsettle them as they come through 1 and 2. And they are 3 wide coming through 1 and 2. We've got Michael Reynolds to the outside coming out of turn 2. We've got 3 wide right back there behind him. Superman Norman Chan on the bottom. They are spread out to covering the entire track. We've got one running in the dirt up there. Michael Reynolds drops down to the inside line, gets in front of Gerald. Trying to take the lead, coming through 3 and 4, but in the middle up there, I do believe that is Jim Wild Thing Belair in the B-Make Designs car. In the middle line, and he has a run to the outside. Oh, taps Michael Reynolds. They are bumping all the way down the front straightaway. Who's going to lead lap 1? Looks like Gerald Poole will be... No, Edward Belair scored as the leader coming through turn 1. They are just hundreds of seconds apart coming through there. Here they come, 3 wide down the back straightaway, 4 wide in some places, settling back into 3 wide, 3 deep, 4 deep in some places. I gotta catch my breath when I can. This is insanity. Here they come through 3 and 4, and they are still 3 wide all the way back. That outside line in practice, they said that top line out by that railing is the fastest way around, and it looks like it's going to be Belair to the lead. He is bumping and banging with Michael Reynolds, though, coming down the front straightaway again. They are 4 wide, backed off of it, 3 wide into turn 1. We've got one up, scraping the fencing. Nobody wrecks. They all managed to hold it together. They can continue to draft even from as much as 0.7 of a second back because of the big hole these cars punch in the air. Coming down the backstretch, they fan back out to 3 wide, and we've got one back up. It looked like might have been Chris Standridge. It looks like there's already been some bump drafting going on. Let's hop in and ride along with Chris Standridge as they come out of turn 4. And here you can see they are on that high banking, levels out, coming down to the start-finish line. Outside line definitely got a run off that time. Come down into turn 1. They are still 3 wide to the inside. The car in front of him is scraping the wall quite a bit. Those inside lines, though, they carry the momentum through 1 and 2. It looks like with Michael Reynolds down there on the apron line. But that outside line just has so much speed on the outside. Coming off carries all that extra momentum. Coming down the back stretch, you can see these cars, even with all the downforce, they are still bumping and moving around in the air on this bumpy track. There is a little bit of a rise right in the middle of turn 3 and 4, and you see them navigate over it, get some of these cars squirrely. You can see some of these cars have been bump drafting. See damage to the back end of it. Looks like the B-Make Designs car of Brian Mansfield. That is a lap around Monza Oval in 1 minute and 2 seconds in a Radical SR8s. And there is an overhead shot of this race. As you see him come into turn 1. Coming through, still 3 wide. Looked like they were trying to make it 4 wide. Chris Standridge was looking a little bit low. Michael Graynolds and Edward Belair, and Jim Belair have the front line right now. I imagine we're going to see most of the passing tonight as they come through the turn. We're going to see most of that passing occur on the straightaway as they carry the momentum off the corners. Four wide on the front straightaway for a brief second there. Some of these guys backed out of it. Out to the outside is still Edward Belair in the 007 car. Still leading, and he gets a bit of a link. Oh, had some cars up, grabbing some railing. I'd imagine when this is all said and done, those cars are going to need their some body work, those outside line cars. 6 laps in, still 3 wide, nobody giving an inch yet. Off the back there is Doug Thomas and James Johnson. They're just hanging on to the tail end of the draft, trying to play it a little bit safe early on in the race. They know they can suck back up and work their way through the field at any time, and being back there does give you a little bit of an advantage in that you save a little bit of fuel, you save a little bit of tires, and you carry a lot more momentum when you decide to start making a move. You can work through that field quicker. We've seen Doug Thomas in previous weeks in that 5 car. There's Doug. We've seen him on more than one occasion. As they're 4 wide going into turn 1. And caution is out. We are wrecking through 1 and 2. Half the field is collected. That is the big one we've been looking for. That is our first caution of the night on lap 7. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can catch the majority of this. Try and find a good view to watch this one from, because all right. See if we can capture all the action from here. Looks like, yep, they tried it 4 wide into the front, into turns 1 and 2, and collected just half the field. That brings us under our first caution of the night. Looks like Michael Graynolds caught a lot of that damage as well. They do have a fast repair, and it looks like about half the field is going to need it. Let's get back live and see if we can see just how many cars need repairs here. That is Edward Belair in the 007 there. He needs some repairs. Looks like Gerald Thanos Poole might have got through fairly clean. Let's take another angle on his car. Yes, he got through clean. Chris Standridge has a little bit of damage to the left front. Looks like the 1 car is coming to pit road. That is Brian Mansfield. There goes the B-Make Designs car. Looks like Brian might have missed his pit stall. The number 90 needed repairs. Superman made it through. He is made of steel after all. Oh my goodness, Christopher Rawlings, your car needs a little work, buddy. Oh, we have seen him run around with damaged spoilers before and still be competitive, so we'll see what happens there. 007 has a damaged spoiler and looks like his left side is a bit beat up, but he's okay. The 25 is okay. 39 looks okay. The 52 of Mark Belair is definitely a bit messed up, as is Michael Graynolds in the 45. And the 44 managed to get away clean as well. We had about half the field get collected in that incident. Looks like the 007 of Edward Belair is on pit road now. That will relinquish the lead to the 25 of Gerald Thanos Poole, our points leader. I say points leader, he has 1 point over Chris Two-Hole Standridge, who is currently sitting there in second in the car that is very hard to look at. He said he had a different paint scheme for tonight, and yep, he does. It is definitely different. Looks like Superman Norman Chan is going to take third place after all of that. There is Superman. Doug Thomas, he was back there playing it safe in the 5 car. Smart move. He managed to avoid most of that and gets away clean back there in the blue and purple Galaxy paint scheme. Michael Whiting in the 44 also was back there at the back. Michael did not qualify, which was unusual. Michael Graynolds did qualify, which was also unusual. So those two switched roles, and it looks like Whiting was made the better choice, at least this time around. He survived at least the first big one and has managed to work his way up to 5th. The 39 of James Johnson now sits in 6th place. Brian Mansfield is back up after repairs in 7th. The 01 of Christopher Rawlings currently in 8th. Jim Wildthing Belair back in 9th. Edward Belair in 10th. Michael Graynolds is in 11th. And Mark Belair of the Belair clan is back in 12th. Back up front with Gerald Poole and Chris Standridge. Now I have to look that up. I cannot remember what he called that paint scheme, but I think it was straw. Let me look at the message he sent me earlier tonight. As they pace around, I do believe we'll get 1 to green this time by. Yes, we will get 1 to green. And a huge shout out to Brian Mansfield. Has a lot of really good things to say for the league. They've helped him pull through some really rough times lately. So huge shout out to Brian for being out here tonight. And I do not see where he told me what his paint scheme was, what he called it, but regardless, as you can see, the back of the 2 car there is banged up just a little bit. Yes, they do in fact bump draft. Now, Excal, this is now we're the Outcast with the Outcast SR8 series, and they are running here at the Monza Oval. They are not hardcore, although they're not running a hardcore series. They have to have fast repairs, or else the entire field would be done right now. And unfortunately, they have Thanos in the lead. And Iron Man's not here to help, but Superman is. Alrighty, we will have the pace car ducking off as they come out of turn 4. Got several cars out there, still got a little bit of damage to them, and a lot that have been fast repaired. It looks like Chris Rawlings, Edward Belair, Michael Graynolds, Brian Mansfield, Jim Wildthing Belair, and Mark Belair all have gotten their fast repairs. That could come into play if we have another wreck like we just saw. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Gerald Thanos Poole leads them down into turn 1. Gets over the little bump on the turn 1 entry and gets away clean. Looks like they got separated, at least for the moment, but that will not last as we've already got one car up on the outside. And we are getting very dicey in the back as one car ends up in the grass. Do believe that was Jim Belair up on the grass in the Hooters car. And here they come through the middle of turn 3 and 4. That is just a really cool shot right there. And they are starting to get back into the pack. 3 wide, 3 deep, 4 deep. Crazy. We are at the halfway point, 10 laps down, 10 to go. 3 wide, 3 deep. Come on, guys. Easy does it. You saw what happened last time you guys tried this beating and banging into turn 1. Thanos leads them down on the bottom through turns 1 and 2. They are all managing to hold it together, at least for the moment. Oh, we've got one in the wall, flipping. No caution as of yet. There are a couple of rails on this track that kind of start and end at random spots. It does make it a little bit tricky. Obviously the wind is blowing and one of the tree leaves got in the way of the camera there. Coming through 3 and 4. This is where we're seeing all the activity down on the front straightaway. They are spreading back out again. Got Superman to the high side, Thanos to the inside, and Michael Whiting started dead last, already up there battling for the lead through 1 and 2. 8 laps to go. This thing is far from over. Obviously, Michael Whiting started in dead last. He is up there in the top 3. This is the leaders could change at any moment, and we could have another big one at any moment. Playing it nice and easy down the bumpy backstretch, but they will get very busy, and we saw a lot of bumping and banging in the first couple of laps. Be interesting to see if that continues, especially the side-by-side door banging, excuse me, on the front straightaway, trying to get the better position going into turn 1. Does not look like we're going to have any beating and banging through the front straightaway this time by. All going to play it pretty nice. As they come over that bump, you see the car lift just a little bit. They've got a ton of downforce, but at these speeds, they are still getting sent up into the air. As we follow the 2 car around that second car in the middle line, that is Chris Standridge. He is starting to look on the back straightaway for the pass. We did say we're going to see most of the passing and moves done on the front straightaway, but if one of them can pull it off on the back straightaway over that bumpy terrain, that's going to be give him a distinct advantage. But Michael Reynolds has given up no room as Superman Norman Chan on the outside is going backwards just a little bit. Practice, they said that the fastest way around was that high line right up by the fence. But one mistake, and we've seen it several times tonight, we've seen a lot of cars scraping the right sides on that fence through turns 1 and 2. Let's see if Chris Standridge has any problems as they go off into turn 1. No, they do not, but man, they started fanning out on that turn entry. It looked like Michael Reynolds was straddling the yellow line, two distinctly different degrees of banking there. And he's still straddling that line. Three wide down the back straightaway yet again. Still playing it nice. 6 laps to go, coming to 5 laps to go. Looks like that was Christopher Rawlings that did the flip on the back straightaway, caught the fence, and he is back on track 1 lap down. Don't know if he's going to come into play when they come around to lap him again. And you know he's hoping for another caution so he can get back on that lead lap and be back in contention. Thanos leads him down through the turn. Oh, we've got one in the fence on the inside of turn one. Caution is out. All right, finally found which car it was, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the railings. Here is the 007, that is Belair, Edward Belair. Coming into turn one, just got a hair too low and caught that inside railing, totaled the Radical SR8, and that brings us under our second caution of the night. Currently looks like with 4 laps to go, Michael Whiting is still maintaining the lead. Looks like they are still trying to catch up to the pace car. Pacing at this track and the pace car location is a little bit different. As you can see, Michael Whiting has been getting a little help in the bump draft there. Back of his car. Looks like the back of the 22 is also a little bit beat up. Several of these cars look like they have had definitely been through a battle here. They do have green-white checkers, and that may come into play with this late race caution. Fastest lap so far on the track has been Jim Wild Thing Belair. Ironically, the 39 of James Johnson, of their best laps, James Johnson had the slowest one. He's actually been hanging out back there in the 39 car. He has not been pushing it. He has managed to keep his car in one piece. Hasn't been to pit road at all tonight. So we'll see if that 39 car has a little surprise for him when this is all said and done. Looks like he has had a little bump drafting help along the way as well. Right now, the 44 Michael Whiting started in last place up to first. Having a really good run here tonight. And we heard Jim Belair say earlier that he can run from the back to the front in just a few laps. He was able to do it in the practice race, so nobody that's on the track and on the lead lap is out of contention for this win yet. However, Edward Belair is still on pit road. He is showing 1 lap down. Christopher Rawlings should be getting waved back around. That should put him back onto the lead lap. And you can see just how bumpy it is on that back straightaway as they come over the concrete patch there. Cars' back ends are bouncing up just a little bit at these slow speeds. They don't bounce as much under the full speed when they have all the downforce pushing down, but it does get a little bit sketchy when they transition from one track type to another. And as we ride along with Michael Whiting, you can see just how bumpy this bottom line really is. Michael, do a tear off on your helmet there, buddy. You can see just how bumpy this inside line that they've been running gets, and we will watch them as they come through turn 1 on this pace lap. You can actually see the rise where these cars are getting a little bit light. In a Cup car or an ARCA car, the car almost comes off the track. These cars have enough downforce to keep them on the track, but it does make them a little bit light. And to what I said earlier, if anybody knows anybody at Radical and would like me to test driving one of these things upside down, just let me know. I'll be happy to. As you see him come under this yellow line, you see it gets really bouncy there, rise, and then drop down. You can see how easy it was for Edward Belair to miss the entry to that turn and end up in that inside fence. We've all seen it happen more than once. And don't forget, later tonight, these videos will be on YouTube. As soon as we can get them processed and posted, they will be on the YouTube channel, just the race only portion of it, of course. And obviously, we are live on Facebook and Twitch, so go like, subscribe, share, throw money, pet your dog, pet your cat, give your kid a kiss. Production crew says go pet your turtle. So if you have a turtle, go pet your turtle. If Tyler the Turtle Rush is listening, Tyler, go pet your turtle. Alright, we will be going green as soon as they come out of turn 4. Pace car will duck off. Michael Reynolds will control this restart. Here they come out of turn 3. The Ford Mustang will, if it has enough power, get off of pit road, or get off the track onto pit road, get out of the way, and they will go to green, white, checkered here. 2 laps to settle this one. 11 cars still in contention. Most of the cars still in one piece. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Michael Whiting leads them down on the inside. Michael Whiting manages to control the lead into turn 1, but he has Thanos to the inside as they come through the turns. And now they are 3 wide. Michael Whiting has the low line. You've got Thanos there to the middle. He's got Superman pushing. Superman, Norman Chan jumps to the outside, getting that third line, jumps right in front of Chris Standridge. And here comes Superman, Norman Chan to the outside. He is going to try and pull this one off here tonight. He is always one that's there right at the end of the race as they come over the tunnel. Coming through 3 and 4, and he definitely has an advantage up there on that outside line, carrying that momentum out of turn 4. As they come down the front straightaway, we've got Michael Reynolds in the 44 spinning. Caution is out. We will go to green, white, checkered again. And I do believe Norman Chan came across the start-finish line in first place. Let's see what happened there. Alrighty. There's the 44 of Michael Whiting. Chris Standridge was just moving around, just barely got into him, but at these speeds, he just couldn't save it. And that brings us under caution again. And Superman Norman Chan currently leading the field. He was scored in first as we came around, but looks like Gerald Poole has jumped in front of him. So we'll have to see what the scoring says as they come across the start-finish line. That last lap, as the caution came out, it scored Norman Chan in the lead, but Thanos there at the front. Thanos is always trying to take something. He's got his Infinity Stones. What more does he need? And none of them are kryptonite, so Superman might be in good shape. Chris Standridge is on pit road. That's unexpected. There's Chris coming down pit road with a green-white checkered. He might be going for that fast repair, maybe a fresh set of tires. We'll have to see. He's not going to lose a lap. Yep, he got the fast repair. And looks like it is scoring Gerald Poole in the lead with just a couple laps left to go, and it looks like 007 of Belair, Edward Belair, is getting his lap back. Michael Whiting might still be on pit road. Yes, he is. As they come out of turn 2, next time by, they should get a 1 to green, and we will get a final attempt at a green-white checkered. I promised this race would be exciting. It has not disappointed. We had a big one midway through the race. We've had a couple of guys hit the barriers and get sent back a lap, but managed to recover and get back on the lead lap. We've had guys come from the back to the front, and we've had some guys go from the front to the back a couple of times. So we will see how this plays out. Like I said earlier, on this restart green-white checkered, it is still anybody on the lead laps race. And with 11 of the 12 cars on the lead lap, there is just no telling what is going to happen. You know what? While we're pacing around, let's see if we can talk to Chris Standridge. Hey Chris, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Hey Chris, you got me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey buddy. First off, what do you call that paint scheme?
This would be my straw paint scheme. We got straws all over it.
Oh, that's what that is. Well, it's hurting my eyes. Don't use it again.
Everybody keeps telling me it's weird following you. Stop it.
So this has been a wild race, one to not disappoint. What is your prediction here at the end with the final green-white checkered here?
I think Norman's going to pull this one off. He's got that outside line, and he knows what he's doing out there. Gerald might if he can get a good push on the inside there, but I think Norman's going to pull it off.
You expect any more wrecks or any more big ones like we saw about halfway through?
There better not be, or I'm going to be really mad.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. 1 to green. Hopefully you can get up.
I'm going to need all that luck.
Well, hopefully you don't get caught in anything and you can get back to the front.
Yeah, we'll see what I can do here.
All right, good luck, buddy. All right, that was Chris Standridge. And as you heard him say, Superman is expected to win unless Gerald snaps his fingers. Hopefully he doesn't. We will see what happens here momentarily. Let's take one more quick look at the 2 car because I am curious about what he meant. Oh, I see. Straws. Gotcha. Yeah, don't drive that again, Chris. That is hard on the announcers. Alrighty. Pace car is about to duck off. We are about to go green flag racing. For the final green-white checkered, you've got Superman Norman Chan on the outside. You've got Gerald Thanos Poole on the inside. They've got James Johnson, the 39 car. He has snuck his way back up there, played it safe all night long. One of the few cars that hasn't been to pit road. In fact, those front 4 cars are the only ones that have not pitted yet tonight. So hopefully they can complete that, but Pace car's in. Green flag is in the air. Gerald Thanos Pool leading him down. Superman Norman Chan to the outside. Going off into turn one. Superman's got a good run on the outside. Here they come through 1 and 2. They are 3 wide, and looks like we're about to have a change for the lead. There comes the 39 at James Johnson. Here they come down the front straightaway. Or the back straightaway, excuse me. And Gerald Thanos Pool gets shuffled back. Second in line. He's trying to fight his way back, but it is going to be tricky. They will come down and get the white flag this time. Doug Thomas looks like he is still up there in contention. Superman Norman Chan is going backwards just a little bit. He's got help there on the outside. He's got Chris Standridge right there beside him. Here they go off into turn one. You can see how close this battle is. 3 wide, 3 deep, and it looks like we've got one there. James Johnson is pushing to the front. And we've got another power move right up the middle. They were 4 wide briefly. They are side by side, nose to tail. This is not going to end well, bumping and banging through turns 3 and 4. Yes, they get a couple of them collected. The front 3 keep coming. Superman Norman Chan to the outside gets a run off of turn 4. Who is it going to be? Chris Standridge looks low coming on down the front straightaway. Can't do anything with him. Oh, they wrecked behind him. It's a 2-car race to the line. And it will be James Johnson for the win. Superman Norman Chan second. Jim Wild Thing Belair third. Chris Two-Hole Standridge in the straw car fourth. Mark Belair comes home fifth. Doug Thomas sixth. Gerald Poole seventh. Looks like Chris Rawlings comes home eighth. Brian Mansfield ninth. Edward Belair 10th. And the 44 of Michael Whiting comes home in 12th. Oh my goodness. Now stick around for the celebration part of this league. Is probably the coolest celebration. They do this in all their series. Dirt series is especially fun to watch, but these SR8s do put on a heck of a show at the finish line. We will watch James come around and see who is still left on track to help him celebrate tonight. There he is beginning his celebration. Well earned tonight. He played some power moves right there at the end of the race to make his way up there into the lead. Came through on the back straightaway, 4 wide. Doesn't look like there's a lot of cars left. He's waiting on Norman Chan and Chris Standridge, it looks like, but they are way back there and probably damaged. James Johnson might be doing his celebration on his own tonight. Nope, here comes Chris. Oh, just got him. Good wreck. James Johnson goes flipping over the top. He's still got a little bit of a motor left, and Superman Norman Chan is on the way. Got one more back there. Looks like Mark Belair is coming. They're going to hit head on, and yeet, there goes Superman. That was one heck of a celebration tonight. See a lot of cars up in the air, and Gerald Thanos Pool. Heck of a race, Gerald. Right there on the last lap, you kind of got shuffled back a little bit.
Yeah, I got everything got pinched up, and then I did a header into a fence and had to back out of it and roll across the finish line. Wild.
Yeah,
Wild race.
that it was, and you weren't the only one to catch a fence. I do believe Michael Whiting and Edward Belair both caught fences tonight. And I'm honestly, having driven this track a few times, I'm surprised it was only three of you and not more of you.
Yeah, this yeah, it's just an exciting place. You're not really sure where the lines are all the time. Um, being on a restart, being on the front on the inside was a bit of a disadvantage. And I was able to take advantage of it when I was on the outside on the restart, but I ended up back on the inside. So, hey, it is what it is. We'll take where we finished, and it was a good show. And hey, that's racing.
Yeah, it is. And I have to ask you, early in the race, you guys at the front of the pack were literally banging doors all the way down the front straightaway, and managed to not wreck. That was some crazy racing up there. What was being said on the mic, or can you repeat it?
Um, yeah, I'd started on the pole and kind of muffed the start of the race a bit, but Michael and Jim were able to get out ahead of me, and I was pretty happy to follow Michael around. But yeah, man, every time they came out of two, they were just riding each other like ponies. It was, and yeah, they're finally. I think there was some quarter given.
Yeah, there was. They finally calmed down a little bit. Well, congratulations. You came home fifth place tonight. Great race, Gerald.
Thanks. Talk to you later, man.
All right. Hey, James Johnson made it in. And first off, your celebration was one of the best so far. Good job.
Hey, thanks. That was interesting race.
Yeah, it was. And you made it. Your pass for the lead was four wide on the back straightaway on the last lap and still managed to nose out in front of everybody coming into turn three. Did you think that was actually going to work?
Uh, well, you saw what I did in the beginning. I went right to the back. I saw it get crazy. I went to the back. Right before the first caution with 3 to go, that's when I was going to make my run. I was testing. I made the run. I knew the restart was the best shot to get momentum. I thought I had it before the caution on the first green white checkered, but Gerald had me. Then I just I got a heck of a restart and then held the bottom. I thought I was a sitting duck when Mark, I think it was a 52, came up the middle, and I think I lost 3 spots, and all of a sudden, it's like their momentum went, and I just had enough draft, and I just looked at the replay, and I didn't really, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he like stopped, and I just had to run. I was hoping it would work.
Well, it definitely did. It paid off too. You ended up coming down the front straightaway side by side, but Norman Chan just had nothing for you coming out of four. Surprisingly, that outside line did not benefit him, and you managed to pull it off. Congratulations, great win
Thank,
tonight.
thank you. Patience. I think I played patience tonight. I just waited. I knew it was going to be a wreck at the end. I was just hoping I was in front of it.
And you ended up being in front of the wreck at the end. Congratulations, man. That was a great
Thank
job.
you. Thank you.
All right. It looks like Jim Belair, did you drop in here as well, sir? Uh, Jim Belair, you got me?
Yeah, can you hear me now? I had to unmute.
Yeah. Rough night, man. You were up front early in the race. You came through the field once and ended up way back there at the end.
Well, I think I should be third, but Paul Tracy thought he won the Indy 500 once too. So I guess, yeah, I think if you look at the replay, I should be third. The iRacing has some screwy thing going on with things after the finish, and I don't quite understand why they have them that way, but we'll see what happens. Doesn't matter. It's all for fun. All for fun, anyways. But it's all good.
And you definitely had a heck of a race coming through the field the way you did, and you managed to play it safe early on. I think you got caught in the first big one, but every wreck after that you managed to avoid.
Yeah, I didn't go back and look at it, but I think if you listen, Mark came up there trying to make it 4 wide real early, and um, I think that's what ended up causing that first one. But again, it's all for fun.
Well, you guys did a great job and put on one heck of a show tonight. That was extremely fun to watch.
Excellent. Yep. Thank you, and thanks for everything you're doing.
My pleasure. You guys go celebrate. Have a great night.
Thanks, Doug.
All right. That was your winner, James Johnson and Jim Belair. Obviously, there's going to be some looking at the replay this week, but still, any way you look at it, that was an amazing race. Some great racing, some insane moves, and one heck of a last lap pass 4 wide on the back straightaway going into turn 3. James Johnson managed to pull off a miracle move, use that run, and managed to get the win tonight. So congratulations to them, and for everybody at Outcast, everybody from all the leagues we broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back Sunday evening at 7:30 Eastern, so you can see the BRR Cup Series at Rockingham this week, followed Monday night by the Outcast Dirt Boys. 305 start at 8:30 Eastern, 358 start at 10 Eastern. Tuesday night will be XCal Racing League, 7:30 Eastern, and Wednesday night, as always, Northeast Racers at 7:30 Eastern. They put on a heck of a show tonight. And then the SR8s at 9 Eastern. I usually need oxygen when these races are done. Congratulations to everybody tonight. Great race, great winners, and everybody go have a great night.